Hey everyone, this is David Digital Foundry here, going back into zombie infested territory once again with Dead Rising Remastered. So there are 3 games that have been remastered here, but today we're taking a look at the original Dead Rising. This was a 360 exclusive and one of the system sellers back in the day, and here we're comparing that version up against the new remastered version on PlayStation 4. So what exactly are we looking at? Well, let's cut to the chase here. What we've got is a pretty standard remastering effort. By that I mean we've got an increase in resolution and frame rate. So on the original 360 game we're looking at a native 720p presentation with variable levels of multi-sample anti-aliasing that can switch between 2x and 4x depending on the system load. Whereas on PlayStation 4 we're looking at a native 1080p with 4x MSAA. Overall, as to be expected, image quality is massively improved by the resolution boost, so geometry tends to look sharper and some of the artwork appears cleaner. That said, texture resolution and asset quality hasn't been upgraded to take advantage of this resolution, so textures that looked quite ropey before hold up even worse on the PS4 version, and this is particularly evident with some of the lower resolution assets dotted about the scenery. Beyond that, effects work, things like shadows, depth of field, motion blur are identical, so the same low precision artifacts around some of these elements remain on PS4. All in all, it's a pretty standard remastering effort. We get a much sharper image, but beyond that, the benefits are somewhat limited. So there are a few upgrades here beyond the general increase in sharpness, but one area that does see a massive boost is performance. The 360 original targets 30 FPS and mostly hits that target, but we do see frame rate drops and the appearance of screen tearing in demanding scenes, particularly when there's lots of zombies on screen. On PlayStation 4 and in the new remaster, the game now runs at 60 frames per second. Now performance isn't perfect. The game runs with an adaptive VSync, which means when the engine can't hit 60 FPS, it throws out incomplete frames on the screen, resulting in tearing. For the most part, pockets of tearing and indeed frame rate drops are mostly restricted to when there are lots of zombies on screen. But outside of that, the game actually maintains 60 FPS very well, and there are large stretches where performance is solidly locked at that line. Curiously though, there are some bizarre frame rate drops when attacking enemies with weapons. For example, the engine tends to drop 3 frames upon the moment of impact, resulting in a mild pause, or perhaps stutter if you're attacking multiple foes at once. It's a bit weird really. We first thought this was an intended effect, but it doesn't actually appear in the 360 original at all, so perhaps it's just a bug in the engine. But for now, overall performance is actually rather smooth, and it's a massive improvement over the 30 FPS original. So there we have it. Dead Rising represents a pretty standard remaster. We get a boost in resolution, we get higher frame rates, but not much else. But that said, the improvement is definitely worthwhile, and if you're looking to check out the original game once again, then right now the remastered version is the best way to do so. Anyway, that's all for this video, but we will have more coverage of Dead Rising Remastered across other formats soon. But for now, don't forget to like or subscribe if you enjoyed this analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.